From the Target 12 investigators, a not guilty plea from a Woonsocket man accused of murdering a distant 81-year-old relative.
And we found out the state has let the court know prosecutors will be seeking a life sentence without parole. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau with the details.
According to court documents, Matthew Dussault told police he saw his friend stab the victim, but right now Dussault is the lone defendant. 21-year-old Matthew Dussault was arrested about 2 years after his distant relative Constance Gauthier was found stabbed more than 60 times in her home. The murder charges against Gauthier's neighbor and Dussault's friend Tyler Grennan were dismissed without prejudice, meaning the state would be allowed to file new charges. The dismissal document states there is insufficient evidence to proceed against Grennan at this time.
Not guilty, please, Your Honor.
According to a search warrant affidavit, Dussault told police he saw Grennan stab Gauthier 1 or 2 times, with Dussault saying he tried to push Grennan off Gauthier during the assault. In the same document, police stated DNA matching either Dussault or his maternal grandfather was found at the scene.
My son.
Dussault's mother told Target 12 her son had helped Gauthier on multiple occasions, potentially indicating the DNA could have been there before the murder. And she said on the night he was questioned, she told police about her son's learning disability that includes an IQ of under 70.
It says he needs to be aware of what is being done or said, or not one person acknowledged. They didn't want to sit down, we'll come out and get you.
Dussault's attorney, Michael Lepizera, told Target 12 today, while documents indicate police read Dussault his Miranda rights, the law requires a defendant to have a knowing, voluntary, and intelligent waiver of his rights. Dussault's mother doubts her son would have understood he had the right to have an attorney while he was questioned by police. Dussault remains held without bail, with a pretrial hearing scheduled for next month and a bail hearing scheduled for April. No comment today on the case from Woonsocket Police. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Tony. And tonight, the Target 12 investigators are tracking the very latest in a gruesome Woonsocket murder.
The lone defendant in the stabbing of an 81-year-old woman has pleaded not guilty, but the state is ready to seek the most severe sentence possible. Target
12 investigator Walt Buteau has the new details. Walt?
The state filed notice to seek a sentence of life without parole if Matthew Dussault is convicted. Court documents indicate the 21-year-old went from accusing a co-defendant to the lone defendant in the 2016 murder. Matthew Dussault in court with his mom watching from the front row.
One count of first-degree murder. What say you to this charge? Not guilty, please, Your Honor.
Paula Gauthier says she and her son are related to the victim and knew her. She tells us she's frustrated by many elements that have left her son locked up without bail. She told us Dussault would not have understood his Miranda rights with his lifelong learning disability and an IQ of less than 70. She also questioned a Woonsocket detective's statement in a search warrant that Dussault's tattoo of a gravestone with a number 63 on it possibly connected him to the crime, since according to the medical examiner, Constance Gauthier was stabbed an estimated 68 times. Paula Gauthier says she has proof her son got the tattoo more than a year before the murder.
He likes to get tattoos to represent mom, dad, his family history. Again, this has nothing to do with that crime.
Earlier this month, the murder charge against Dussault's friend and Gauthier's neighbor Tyler Grennan was dismissed without prejudice due to insufficient evidence. Dussault, who according to court documents told police he saw Grennan stab the victim, was ordered held without bail this morning, with hearings scheduled next month and in April. And no comment from Woonsocket Police. Gauthier also questioned what happened with a lead detailed in another court document filed months before her son was arrested. Those details on WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.